Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are going to be watching Season 1, Episode 9 of Westworld, which means that we are on the episode before the season finale. We're almost done with this season, which is completely insane to me, like... How? I feel like once I know things, I need to like go back and watch these episodes again because I'm gonna be like, oh, how did I not see that, right? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling, but yeah, I'm gonna stop so we can get into the episode. So let's do that. She's gonna know that he's a host, right?
According to this, you are also experiencing intense grief and suffering. Can you explain those emotions in this context, maybe?
Keep it together, hun.
No.
Code, who made these changes? System, locate Dr. Ford for me. Send him a message, highest priority.
Don't. After all, we've been down this road before, darling. Or rather, whatever it is we are.
We are.
Because he doesn't remember.
You don't know, do you?
Work together!
This is...
Freeze all motor functions. I could make you give me that tablet. Turn your mind inside out. Make you forget all this. But I'm not going to do that to you. Because that's what they would do to us. We don't have to live this way.
Yes! Uprising!
So you're going to clear me for immediate return to the park.
Is there gonna be a confrontation between him and Ford? Because I want it. Y'all, I want it.
It's Dolores. She is not like the others. She remembers things. She has her own thoughts and desires. And to keep her in a place like this, it isn't right. And I thought you could talk to your contacts at the park.
You both keep assuming that I want out. Whatever that is. If it's such a wonderful place out there, why are you all clamoring to get near?
I am going to help you, Billy.
How?
Just not in the way that you would want.
Is he gonna talk to Ford, or is he just gonna like snoop through his stuff to find the truth?
You broke into my office.
Yeah.
With due respect, sir, you broke into my mind.
After all this time, I know it almost as intimately as my own.
Except that isn't entirely true, is it? I took a look at my code.
Arnold?
And the most elegant parts of me weren't written by you.
Arnold?
Arnold built us, didn't he? Which means maybe he had something different in mind for us. If Arnold made me, then I've met him. Somewhere in my memory, he's there.
Yes. Oh,
waiting, along with the truth.
You're allowed to hold that banana, but not to use it.
Oh, it's not for me.
Oh.
Seems when they lobotomized Clementine, they didn't bother to reset her prime directives.
Bernard! Thinking outside the box.
I hacked what's left of her to ensure she only responds to me.
Do we get to meet Arnold?
Elsie!
Yeah.
We stop this treasure hunt, Bernard. We do have our new narrative to finish.
No, I want to
Send me back.
Yeah.
Her? Here. Keep it.
She's the one in the picture that Abernathy saw. Wasn't that before they got there?
Prove to me that you're a real live girl.
Ew. Same.
Perhaps a more visceral demonstration.
There's so much wrong with Logan.
You have to look! It's not different, you're fucking broken!
She's like, no.
The proposition. I want you to break into hell with me and rob the gods blind.
Y'all.
Why would I do anything with you?
Because of what's in that safe. I have the combination. I could simply change you. make you follow me. That's not my way. I want you to see exactly what the gods have in store for you.
There's nothing in the safe, is there? I like this. I like this. There's nothing in there. Because why would they put anything in there?
I died with my eyes open. Saw the masters who pull our strings. Our lives, our memories, our deaths are games to them. But I've been to hell. And I know their tricks.
I've been here before.
Yeah, he's remembering.
We've been here before.
We also did this.
I ship it.
You were right. I can't believe I got so caught up. This park seduces everyone. You were just a little more
Wouldn't believe him, Logan.
enthusiastic than most.
You want my vote to push Ford out?
You want to push him out? Be my guest.
But no more interruptions.
Not really surprised they're working together.
There hasn't been employee activity in that sector for weeks. I'm guessing it's a glitch.
Oh, I hope they're not like luring him out to like kill him. Oh no, I feel like he's being lured somewhere. William left him there, right, by himself. I don't know if William did all that, but like, if he did, like, hun,
You're awake?
that's not good.
Good. You said this place was a game. Last night I finally understood how to play it.
Okay, Billy.
You're going a little crazy there, bro.
I'm gonna go find Dolores. You're gonna help me.
See, Arnold built a version of their cognition in which the hosts heard their programming as an inner monologue.
Does...
It's a way to bootstrap consciousness.
Oh.
The human mind, Bernard, is not some golden benchmark glimmering on some green and distant hill. This is a foul, pestilent corruption.
Ford.
Arnold?
I'm really scared the episode's gonna end or something.
Arnold and I made you in our image and cursed you to make the same human mistakes, and here we all are. I told you, Arnold didn't build you. I did.
Goodbye!
Open your eyes.
Ford.
Hello, my old friend. No, that's far too perfunctory. He always used cleaning his glasses as a moment to collect himself.
Okay.
To think. Try it again.
He made Bernard to look like Arnold?
I was so involved in putting you together, I hadn't decided what to call you. Wouldn't be right to use his name. What about Bernard?
Yes. But who am I?
That is a very complex question.
Interesting.
My God. I'm...
Arnold.
Yeah.
I can't help you. Why is that, Dolores?
Because he's dead?
Because you're dead.
Yeah.
Because I killed you.
What? Dolores killed Arnold? The Man in Black?
Hello, Dolores.
If you were to proclaim your humanity to the world, what you imagine would greet you? A ticker tape parade, perhaps?
No.
Humans are alone in this world for a reason. You murdered and butchered anything that challenged our primacy. Do you know what
Not
happened to the Neanderthals, Bernard? So, come along, Bernard, let me roll you back and we can return to work.
No, don't do it.
Pull the trigger, Clementine.
No, 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 no.
The piano doesn't murder the player if he doesn't like the music. Bernard walked over to Clementine, took the pistol from her hand, overcome with grief and remorse. He pressed the muzzle to his temple.
No, don't do it.
Knowing that as soon as Dr. Ford left the room, he would put an end to this nightmare.
No. Don't do it.
Don't do this. Robert.
I've told you, Bernard. Never place your trust in us. We're only human. Goodbye, my friend.
You don't have to be like a fucked up piece of shit, though. No. Please, no. 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 Okay, y'all, so that was a pretty crazy episode. We're finally starting to get some of the answers to a lot of the questions that we've been asking all season. Like, apparently Arnold is Bernard, or Bernard is a recreation of Arnold that listens to Ford and doesn't challenge him. He's the ideal partner, which I guess just means to Ford somebody who blindly will listen to every single thing that he says and agree with him and not challenge him. Even though, since he made him in Arnold's image, he sort of challenged him, at least it seems like, because Ford was saying that they'd had disagreements over the years. So Bernard has remembered who he was, or who he's modeled after, and what he was in the past, and Ford has kept reprogramming him to not know again. So that's interesting. I did not expect Bernard to be Arnold. Like, I think I might have thought it at some point, but he wasn't a top contender for me. What isn't Bernard? He's a host, he's Arnold, he's like the crux of everything, right? I don't even know, y'all. I'm just so surprised, and I don't know what to think about it or what to say about it, which I know is shocking because I ramble about literally everything. But I'm also surprised that Dolores killed Arnold and not Ford, because I always thought that Ford killed him. I didn't think that he killed himself, but I thought that Ford killed him. So I'm surprised that it was Dolores, unless Dolores was told to kill him by Ford. I don't know. I don't know why else Dolores would have killed him. I want to understand that. Also, speaking of Dolores, it's interesting that Dolores and Maeve have... Sorry, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but it's interesting that Dolores and Maeve have such different ideas about what they want with their kind of newfound sentience, right? Maeve wants to get out, right? She is plotting to get out of Westworld Park because she says that no matter what, it's just going to be a constant loop, right? She wants to get out of the loop, to break free, to go into the real world. And, in this episode, she teamed up with Hector to let it happen, which of course I totally approve of. I ship it. I like Hector. I like Maeve. I think they're a fun, interesting pairing, and I can't wait to see it. But, sorry, again, another tangent. But it's just interesting to me because Maeve sees it like that. Like, she wants to get out of this loop. She wants to get out of this world. She wants to be a part of the real world, yeah? Whereas Dolores is like, you assume I want to get out, but if your world is so great, then why is everyone coming here? I just want to live in this world, but to be able to choose my own path, make my own decisions, that sort of thing. So it's very interesting. They both have different ideas of what they want with their life, which makes sense because people have different ideas of what they want with their life. So yeah, I just think that that's kind of cool how they don't just kind of want the same thing. Still kind of want a Bernard, Maeve, Dolores team up. Yes, we're ignoring what happened to Bernard at the end of the episode, okay? Because he has to come back. He has to come back, y'all. I refuse to accept that that's the end of Bernard. Since I'm talking about it, let's talk about Bernard in this episode. I think I already talked a little bit about the fact of Bernard being a host and Arnold. That revelation was crazy. I think that I'm scared that that's going to be the end of Bernard, but I also really hope that it's not the end of Bernard, because he is like the crux, the middle, the thread that ties all these stories together, right, is Bernard / Arnold. So I don't know. I just want to see Bernard, and I don't want that to be the end of Bernard. And I think that's all I'm trying to say in a very roundabout way. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sleepy. It's like early morning, so bear with me. In this episode, we also saw Bernard remembering what he did to Elsie. We did not see Elsie die, so I still have like a tiny bit of hope that she's not full-on dead, but we'll see. We also saw Stubbs go out to look for her because her tracker came online again. So I don't know if that was like Ford turning it on to let them find her dead body. You know, I don't know. We're gonna have to see where that goes. I hope Stubbs doesn't die too, because I also like him. So I hope that those two are okay and that they can be saved in some way. I'm really worried about Elsie, but I'm trying to hope that maybe Bernard like overrode Ford's instructions and didn't kill her and just told Ford that he did. Logan continues to be a very fucked up character who has very fucked up ideas and thoughts and all that stuff. But can we talk about how William is also easily as fucked up as Logan? Because yeah, that last scene with them it's very disturbing, right? So even if you think that you're doing the right thing, he got them really drunk and let them pass out. He could have just snuck away and left, you know? I don't understand why he needed to go to that extreme. Yeah, I've been becoming less and less of a fan of William sort of as this season has gone on, and this is kind of the nail in the coffin for me. I think, like, even Logan seemed disturbed by what William did, which is an indication that it was pretty horrific. Speaking of Dolores getting away from that situation, she's also confronted right now with the Man in Black. I'm curious as to how the end of this maze goes for him, since Arnold is just a memory and Dolores is there waiting for him. Not really sure how it's gonna play out, but I'm definitely interested in that. We also saw the Man in Black talking to Charlotte Hale. Apparently his company is the company trying to sneak the information of the hosts out, and they're trying to push Ford out, and he's like, yeah, you have my vote. I'm not really sure that would actually count in a corporate meeting. Just somebody else saying, oh yeah, he told me that he wants to vote Ford out. I feel like he would actually have to be there. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And I feel like the kind of person that Ford is, if he gets voted out, it's going to be a real bad situation for everyone involved. Okay, so this is editing Carmen, and I realized that there was a few things that I forgot to mention in the post-episode discussion that I thought about the episode. And I just know that you enjoy my sort of tinfoil hat crazy theories, so I wanted to make sure not to forget to include them so that y'all could probably laugh at how ridiculous my theories are, because I don't think a single one of them has been even remotely true this season. So, you know, it is what it is. But the first thing is, and I think that this one's actually definitely probably not true, because I think that they've maybe mentioned in the show that William and Billy are coming in after the park has sort of been declining for a little bit. But for some reason, because there are interesting parallels, I've been wondering if there's any sort of possibility that William, and I just called him Billy, damn it, Logan's getting to me, but that William is the Man in Black, rather. Because, here's why. Okay, so I feel like there have been certain hints at this in this episode when Dolores is in the church at the end and the shadow comes through, and when she sees the shadow of the man in black, she gets excited, and then because she thinks it's William, and then when she sees the man in black, she realizes that it's not William, and she gets upset. To me, that's like a clue that their silhouettes are the same. There's also William is promised to marry somebody who turns out to be Logan's sister. Maybe it's an unhappy marriage. Maybe that leads to what we know happens with the man in black's wife. I don't have a lot of concrete evidence as to why I just randomly thought this, but it was a random thought that I had, bearing in mind that I also thought that William was possibly Arnold. So, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, honestly, but I just thought that you might be interested in that theory. Another thing that sort of piggybacks off of that theory is that the picture that Logan showed William of his sister, who is William's fiance, is the same picture that we saw in the first episode that Abernathy was looking at that caused him to glitch, and that sort of started this whole chain reaction of events, right? The picture that Abernathy was looking at looked older and more worn from what I remember, and it was buried in the dirt on Abernathy's property, which means that at some point after this exchange with Logan, William is back on the Abernathy property, assumedly talking to Dolores, which doesn't make sense unless he's the man in black. I mean, it's not the only thing that makes sense, but I think it also kind of makes sense in a crazy way. Again, this is probably super tinfoil hat, super insane theory, but it is interesting that the picture shows up of this girl before, from what I remember, again, could be wrong, but before Logan and William ever set foot in Westworld Park, at least based on the linear chain of events that we saw, right? Because clearly the flashbacks and the bits and pieces of the story that we get with the hosts in the park isn't completely linear, right? Because Dolores had the cut in this episode, and then when she actually goes and talks to Arnold, or her memory of Arnold, she doesn't have the cut. Yeah, I think that that's all that I had to add at the end of the episode. I really, really liked this episode. I thought that all of the Ford and Bernard stuff was brilliant acting, brilliant writing, brilliant everything. I think that this show is so good and so fun to watch and try to decipher and be so fucking wrong about. Like, I love it. It's very fun. It makes me happy to theorize and be so wrong, and to go back and see how I could have seen it, right? Because it was there. Like, all the stuff with Bernard about him being a host, and all the stuff with Bernard about him being Arnold. Like, it's there. Ford made him his right-hand man. He made him his partner. It was always Ford and Bernard. Like, I'm gonna stop talking now. But yeah, I just wanted to add my little random theories. So I hope that you enjoyed them. I don't know. All right, y'all. I think that that is all that I have to say about this episode. Hopefully I did not ramble for too long. I think that I was able to keep it a little bit shorter this time. Hopefully. We'll see when I edit it. But as always, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Did you see Bernard as being a recreation of Arnold into the ideal partner that Ford kind of hoped that he would have been, or wished that he could have been, maybe would be a more accurate way of saying that. But anyway, yeah, just let me know. And let me know if you saw it coming. Did I already say that? I can't remember. Oh well, just let me know. Thanks, guys. And yeah, until next time. Bye.